you can say Jamar.
But I have to think about
You can? Can I hear it? This'll be the first time I heard you say it, right?
Okay, Jamar.
Okay. Okay. I ain't gonna lie, I like it the other way. I think you should just stay
It's
with
more natural, you know.
it. Is the other way, yeah.
I have to practice.
How do you say it then?
Jamar.
Jamal. You put an H at the end of it. It's cool though. Nah, it's no big deal, man. As long as you know how to spell it.
Speaking of Jamar, you've got great numbers with the long ball, you know, over the course of your career. And why is that? Is that chemistry or is it chemistry, offense?
I want to say it's more of a chemistry thing. Him just trusting me and getting all the way down the field and just, you know, trusting in me that I'm gonna make that play on that ball. That's what I say the most. It's really just chemistry.
I mean, is that basically the 33-yard play? I guess that was a scramble, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's all. That's just all instinct and chemistry. Isn't it?
Yeah, it's just chemistry, having a feel for the zone and the open spaces in the field. Once you work with Joe and just work scramble drill for as long as I have with him, it just feels like a regular rep.
What's so challenging about facing this defense?
I say the most challenging thing is they probably have the best secondary we've faced besides Baltimore. They whole secondary is skill-based, fast. You know, they all good. And then, you know, they got a good D-line. That's another thing that makes them very great on the defensive side of the ball. I feel like that's a big issue for them that helps them out.
Joe is saying is the fact that you guys haven't won up there ever in your career. It is something that's frustrating. Would you say that it's frustrating to you that this is the one team that you guys haven't been able to beat up there?
Yeah, 100%. They got the numbers on us right now with wins, and they know it. That's why they brag about it the most. But you know, it'll be a great game this week. Hard fought game, but it's always a great game when we play them. You know, they know us, we know them. So it's all about who wanted more.
Is this the team that can do that, finally break that sort of mold to, you know, get that win in Cleveland?
Shoot, I thought we had it last year and the year before that, in the Super Bowl year. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we had plenty of teams that were capable of doing it. It's just about being fundamentally sound at the end of the day. Got to know the technique, got to know what we're doing on the field. Everyone has to be on the same page, and that's the biggest thing for us.
Mars, do you have a little more grit after the catch this year? You notice that?
It's kind of early to say, I would say. I want to say that was his first one this year where he showed off a little bit. But I want to say it's a little early. I feel like we've seen him do it a couple times, but we've always seen him make that spectacular catch out of the air. So I feel like he could do it.
I mean, it seems like that's something that maybe has been a part of his game that he wanted to add. Is that something that you've noticed him wanting to be a little bit more that guy and not be known as athletic finesse guy, be a little bit more of a gritty extra yards after the catch guy?
I honestly think he just wants to show everything, not just one thing. You know what I'm saying? And me and him talk a lot, and I know for a fact he wants to show everything, not just one thing. He wants to show, you know, as much as he can in the slot to make, you know, himself a better chance for whatever he does. You know what I'm saying? So I think T's an outstanding receiver. He knows he's the #1 receiver too. It's just all about timing.
Joe said he has a chip on his shoulder this year. Do you view it that way? And has there been a way that it's been an example to you that you've seen, like, oh, I see the chip on the shoulder in this game right now?
I don't know. I don't pay attention that much, I guess.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like he's been the same person since I've been around him. You know, he do a good job of just making sure like we all are accountable, and he holds himself accountable, me accountable. So he's been doing that a lot more this year. So I can say that's been a difference.
What makes Joe so good, Jamar, when a play breaks down and you're aware of that downfield? He's always keeping the play alive, but what makes him so good at extending plays?
I think him just moving in the pocket and making, you know, nothing out of something is what makes him so good. Just because he could get out of a sack, get out of a string tackle, a shoe tackle, and, make defenders miss. And he does it year in and year out.
What
Jamar,
about
you've been.
Well, what,
Oh,
just
go ahead, go
fol-
ahead.
quick
Go ahead.
follow-up. The play you made, the 33-yarder down the field where he's scrambling, he throws over, you beat the corner, and it's a perfect throw. What goes into making a play like that successful on both ends?
For a receiver, I know you got to stay in the play. Just whatever the quarterback's doing, try to stay within the angle of him. So if he's running to the right, try to get somewhere in the area going right. You know what I'm saying? I always want to stay in the facility of the quarterback's throwing radius. That's what I try to do. For him, it's just trying to find, an open target or someone that has a little bit of space he get the ball off at.
Jamar, you've been more measured this year in just the way you speak about teams, not calling the rounds L's, things like that. Was that advice that you got in the offseason, or is that just maturity from you? How did that transpire and change for you?
I'm just tired of being a villain on social media. I still do it. I'm just tired of seeing myself on Twitter every day.
So you do it in different ways, just not.
No, I just don't do it no more. I do it on the field. See, like right now, it's not for y'all. So I gotta be professional right now. See, when I'm on the field, I could be a little gritty.
So if you guys do win on Sunday and certain fun things were said, you would wait till postgame to share it.
No, I wouldn't say nothing. But I said on the field to the guys that I just played against, not y'all.
I think you're first or second at Yak. I don't think there's a drill for Yak, but is that something you work on? Does that come out of the routes? Or is it just sheer, innateness? What is it exactly? What is exactly Yak? Why are you so good at it?
Yak is just yards after catch. It's really, I don't know. I want to say it's just mirrored up to like me playing running back as a kid. Just having enough vision to see a play out, or see a player move before he moves, and I have to make a cut. It's just a feel for it and an instinct when you just had the ball in your hands. I feel like for me.
When you look back at your career playing football, what year or age was it that you realized you weren't just pretty good at it, like that you could go on to be potentially the best receiver in the NFL?
Around 15, 16 years old. So I was going on, like, I want to say my sophomore year of high school. That's when I realized it.
What made you realize it?
Well, what first made me realize it was when I was in middle school and I got recruited to go to a high school to play football. And the head coach of the team came straight to me after the championship game in middle school and said, I want you to play on my team. You should play receiver. And my dad was right there, of course, but I just looked at my dad and I was just speechless. Like, I didn't really know what to say. I didn't know what to think of it. And he just told me think about it. And the whole time I didn't realize he was already plotting on like my friends to go to school. So like once my friends say, yeah, let's go there, I'm already go. So it was just a cool opportunity for, a coach to believe in me.
Do you look back on what could have happened if you went to a different school, stayed as a running back instead of wide receiver? What would that Jamar look like?
I also got recruited to go to play basketball at a school, but I stopped. So I'd have probably been playing basketball. If I was still playing running back, that's a great question because I did not want to play running back no more. So I probably would. You see the hits they hitting on the running backs, man. You know what I'm saying? I play receiver. They already trying to hit me like that. So
On film, we can see you before the play. You'll help someone adjust, where they line up, or help guys make corrections. What led you to start doing that, and how big is stuff like that for the team?
It's not really just for the team. It's for my sake too, cause I have to learn more this year. So if I know what I'm doing, that helps me know what the guy outside is doing. When I'm in the outside and I got to know what the slots guy's doing, it just helps me too. It helps Joe worry about what he has to do up front with the line. Then, sometimes I can help Dre out or T, or they help me out when we're next to each other. So it's just me knowing the whole offense now and being confident that I know it.
Has this been the year where maybe, there's so much, a million different places to line up. Has this been the year where that number's really gotten to 100 as opposed to 95 or whatever you want to say?
What do you mean?
every route out of every formation, you run 110% of the offense, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is this the year where you know it all, as opposed to maybe knowing everything they ask you to do?
Yeah, I would say yes, just because I actually wanted to move into the slot more this year, just to make myself more vulnerable in the offense. And it's just better, honestly, man. You know what I'm saying? Just moving around, you get more emotions. Defense has to key in more, has to talk more. It's a lot more communication on the defensive side of the ball. So now you hope they have a mess up in an error.
What is your knowledge of the game like now as compared to like when you were a rookie or a second-year player?
I was just out there playing off speed, man, and just trying to be an athlete and make a play for the team. Now it's more of like see the coverage, read the coverage, know my route, expecting Joe to can it, expect him not to can it. So like now I'm more of a trying to beat the quarterback on his decisions now for me. But it's just helping me in the long run and knowing like I said, the other positions.
Jamar, how does someone like you who's at the top of your profession and really good at a lot of different things at your position, how do you find things that you want to work on every off season? Like how do you keep your list of things that you want to get better at fresh every year?
I want to say just going off the little things that I didn't do last year, of making plays, like the small things that I didn't do last year that I want to get better at this year. Like last year was more of a slot thing for me. My first year was just like learning a couple routes and then learning like how I could make these routes finesse in the game. Now it's like I got timing down with Joe. Now I can take a longer time on this route. Now I could do some crazy stuff on this route. So it's just all about like timing now and knowing what read I am. And it's really the smallest things that y'all won't really think about that I do.
Was that touchdown before halftime against Baltimore your best route of the year?
This year, yes. Yeah.
You
Why?
sound comfortable with the way they're using it. I'm sorry, do you want to follow?
Well, I just want to say why do you think that?
I would say yes because I did some film study on that route. Not the same route, but more of like a post corner route from that split. And I had Trent Irwin watching a little bit with me. We was talking about it. And he was just telling me how I could run it or how I think I should run it. And if he helping me out pitching in, so we put our ideas together and I ran it at practice the exact way I did it in the game, and that was exactly what I wanted to do. So it just shows that film study is a big help.
You sound comfortable in the way they're using it. So I think kind of maybe is it how you kind of envision to be used? You never really know where you're going to line up.
Yes, a little bit of yes and no. I've been asking Zach since TB was here, can I get a little bit of slot? Sometimes I used to ask TB, let me take it right here without even like mentioning it, and I would tell Joe, bro, I'm gonna take some slot sometimes. Hopefully you just see me and throw it, So now, even though I never did that, you know what I'm saying? But now it's more of like I could go anywhere on the field and just do it.
Do you think this offense is more equipped to beat the defense like Cleveland's, maybe more so than in the past? The use of the tight ends, how they're using you, the way they use the backs.
I'd say I honestly can't really answer that because I feel like we've been using the same system. I've been in the same system and it feels the same to me. The only difference is the players that we have in the new system now. Like Eric All, like he makes a big difference in the system just because we can use him on both sides of run and pass and not just one dimensional. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the biggest thing this year that has made the offense more complete.
Why did you want so badly to get in that slot?
It just has, like I said earlier, it keeps the defense guessing. You know what I'm saying? Because now if I'm on a motion, now I can read if it's man or zone. If I'm in a slot, now I can see how the safeties are playing more. If they playing quarters, if they playing cloud. Now it just tells me a lot more than it does outside. when I'm outside, I'm reading the tight end's motion or the running back's motion. Now I'm reading like my own motion now, so it's much more of a help.
What did TV say to you when you were like, let me get some slack?
Take it. He would say take it. You know what I'm saying? So he wouldn't say nothing. He would literally let me try to do anything I would want to. So.
What's unique about Eric All? You mentioned him and the dynamic he's bringing
Yeah.
to this offense.
I just feel like he's a big help to the offense just because he's two-dimensional. He can do. He's three actually. He can block, catch, and he can run with the ball in his hands. Honestly, only thing we haven't seen him do is just run routes more. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's going to be a case sooner or later. But you know, a tight end like that is someone that we haven't really had all the way yet. Besides CJ, I would say.
How's Jermaine Burton been in practice? He was inactive last week, so how's he been to you, and how are you helping him along?
Jermaine's he's been in it as much as he can at practice. He's been sitting next to Troy, asking Troy what's the plays. You know, he's been into it the whole way. Constantly trying to take reps from me, T. He just always wants to get in and try to make a play, and I love the energy that he's bringing. And, you know, that's someone that we need. You know, when he bringing the energy, I told him when he has it, give it to others. You know what I'm saying? When I have it, I'm going to try to give it to others. Same vice versa for everyone.
Jamar, this division, this season, one of the toughest divisions in football. You guys went 1-5 last year in the division. Do you feel like the toughness of this team was challenged last year? Or do you feel like this team has something to prove to kind of get it back this year as well?
I would say every year is a challenge, man. It's a fresh start every year. So, like, we can't sit here and live off a Super Bowl entrance now that we in, you know, my fourth year now. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole different team now. So right now we just got to live in the moment, fix the mistakes that we made, and execute on this game day.
Does it always feel like, though, in the AFC North, I know it's high scoring against Baltimore, but you have to win these games a certain kind of way, that you have to win a tough kind of way in these games?
AFC, yes. It's a hard fight every game in the AFC. I feel like it's the hardest division. I feel like for me, I feel like for the other guys in our locker room, they could agree too. But I feel like every team in the AFC knows what we're doing and we know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's like a cheat sheet that we both know what's going on. It's just about who executed the best.
What's so challenging about facing Denzel Ward?
He's one of the best corners in the game. Everybody knows it. I just love the matchup because he always keeps me at my best. You know what I'm saying? And he always brings his A game. He has one of the best feet from any DB I've faced. You know, he's just a smooth person that plays DB.
Does he follow you? Like if you go on the slot, he'll go with you, right?
They didn't do that. They don't really do that. They let Newsom follow me when I'm in slot. But when I'm outside, he does follow me, yeah.
You mentioned how you don't do the talking on camera anymore. You wait till you get on the field. Why did you make that decision?
Well, a lot last year. Zach told me like twice that. You know, you don't have to say so much. That's what he told me. You don't have to say so much. My bad, T. But he was just saying how, just keep the words at minimum and let my play do the talking, and you know that's respectful. No, I could understand that.
Back when you were doing a little more talking on camera the week before stuff, is that something you hear about once you get on the field? Like, do the players on the other teams, are they like, dude, we heard what you said?
Nah, they used to know. I think Cleveland, like when I did the L thing last year, I think Cleveland did like a paper or something like that. I think they put a paper in the locker room or something like that. The only reason, well, I ain't gonna say the camera's on, but